What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nolan TCG, and we are back here today with a deck profile. I know it's been a little while, and I'm trying to kind of just post whenever I guess I do something good, or yeah, something good happens. But effectively went to a Genesys tournament. It was I guess a pseudo pre-release event for Chaos Origins. Of course, it was Genesys, and I took Blitzclique, and I ended up winning. So went 4-0. And felt, look, I probably should bring a deck profile to the world. This extra deck's completely useless, so feel free to discount this. But effectively, 90 points in the main deck, 10 points in the side. I didn't even side in the 10 points in the side. They were more or less just there to give me some options. This is a blind second build. We'll kind of cover it as we go through the list. But yeah, ultimately, I annoyingly won 3 die rolls out of the 4 for the 4-round event, and yeah, had to then be like, I'll go second, which then kind of gave away the game plan a little bit. Like, ideally, I honestly would have preferred to lose die rolls, and then be like, cool, no, you're gonna go first, no problem, cool, awesome. But we'll get into the deck profile, of course, and we'll cover off on the list. I do have a nice little Chaos Origins sneak peek map. We're a little bit zoomed in to be able to show that off, but yeah, ended up winning that, which I'm very happy with. But to start off the list, of course, we'll start with the Blitzcliques. So we've got 3 copies of Whisker first. This is hands down the best card in the deck. Like, yes, you do need to pair it with other cards for it to be good, but this card puts in so much work. Being able to just blow up your opponent's entire board effectively, then be a monster negate on top to like stop them from reborning. Like if they have a grave effect that maybe is going to trigger to get them back into the game, it just shuts it off. Absolutely love this card. The fact that this wasn't a secret rare is kind of awkward. But I guess next off we've got the second best card in the deck, because it's the card that searches Whisker. We've got 3 copies of Surge. Effectively just a monster effect, a monster pop, and then it searches for a monster. Then we have the spell 1 next, of course, which is going to be Grain, but effectively work in synergy. Monster pop, back row pop, really good, really good. You have them in tandem, you can kind of break through it a lot, and each one will trigger the other. Yeah, really, these 3 cards in rotation are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You can search the wall with field spells as well. We'll cover that as we go along. Next off, probably the worst Blitzclique name, which is kind of awkward because this is really, really good if you're playing Thunder King. I'm not playing Thunder King. You can make space in the deck to play Thunder King if you want to play Thunder King, but I wanted to have as many cards as possible that broke through my opponent's board. Like, it's all good and well to crackle Thunder King your opponent when it's like turn 1, but like, how many decks in this format are gonna be going off that crazy that you need to Thunder King them? So I kind of figured we'll save the 20 points and we'll focus on just having as many cards that out the opponent's board as possible. And look, like I mentioned, like, this card is all right. It's typically like the last card I'll search, because even this card's better. So we got any Blitzclique next is just a one-off, because you effectively want to loop it. So anytime it's added to the hand, it basically, like a Trickstar Lilybell, special summon itself to the board and blow a card up. So it is the trap searcher, but like, you only play 3 traps, so look, you don't really need those searches to resolve. You also have other ways to access it. The cute thing is, like, this card can summon itself back when it's bounced. So if you bounce it for a negate, so if you have like Whisker Emmy, you can Whisker, bounce the Emmy, and then Emmy trigger pop, which is, it's cute. It's very cute. Mainly, though, you're going to be searching this off of the trap and then using the effect and then summon itself and get the pop, which is always good. Next off, we've got probably we'll cover the monsters that I've got to round things out. We've got the points for the Fualos, so playing 3 copies of Fualos. Only ever drew it the one time I was made to go first, which was actually relevant because I could normal summon it and then pop it with Surge and then do some other things. And then we're on the Kaiju package. So this is probably going to be running around in a lot of Genesis decks that you're going to see. We got just our 4 Kaijus. We also run 3 Kaiju Slumber. Yes, the Kaiju Slumber conflicts with the deck, but when are you ever going to be doing full combo and then activating Kaiju Slumber? So yeah, you just use it first and you're fine. The Thunder Kaiju also being searchable in the deck is really, really good. You can search it, you can bounce it. It's great. Then we'll get into the spells next. So 3 copies of... I kept calling this card Kowloon because I haven't remembered the new name for it. Column, Hideout in the Sky at the end of the day. Gives your opponent a token, searches a monster. You can then search the Surge to pop the token, summon it, and then if you have another card to play, keep going. Essentially, the air quotes going first combo is to have Surge and Grain, because you can Surge, pop the token, then you can Grain, pop this, and then you can Surge trigger to search the Visca, and then yeah, you have your kind of 3-card look combo to play with. That's essentially what you want to try and end on going first. If you can have a trap or the next card, Breakaway, with that as well, always going to be really good. Gives you those extra layers of disruption. But yeah, essentially, we got Breakaway next. Activates trap from deck, which is good because it can get you out of a lot of sticky situations. Also is just removal. It's just bounce and then pop. And like both it and the column both bring themselves back to hand from grave when another card is destroyed, as with the next card, the Blitzclique Step Leader. All the spells, all adding back is really good. I did consider like cutting these cards to 2 just to give myself a little bit of extra space for variance, but like that only really comes up like if I'm siding, I might consider taking out a column, going second, just to give me like an extra breaker. But like Breakaway is really, really good. Just being able to get the trap and then the trap being able to force other interactions is interesting. And then, like, of course, like I mentioned before, the last Blitzclique card or the last Blitzclique spell is Step Leader. I almost didn't play this. Given that I was playing a blind second deck, like this card very rarely came up in testing. But then I put it in the deck. It originally was in the side deck. I moved it to the main deck. And this card put in so much work. Like all tournament long, anytime I had access to it, it just gave me so much value. Like there were dead hands that this gets you out of because it summons then destroys itself. The monster you summon sees the destruction, so then it searches, which is really good when you find yourself in a bit of a sticky situation where you just have the one name. Being able to like just go Step Leader, effect a summon, pop, search, gets you out of those tough times. Then we've got the spells, which is just predominantly breakers from here. We've got triple Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, triple Dark Hole. This being reduced in points was great. Triple Cosmic, because your opponent's always going to realistically have one card in their back row, so you want to at least have a way to out that as well. We're also playing the Duster just as a bit of a blowout card here. But yeah, you don't want to completely ignore back row because one back row can ruin your day. So you want to be able to clear everything and then go for game, which is the premise of the deck. Of course, we're basically just playing New Tempai is the easiest way to think of this. And then last off, we've got the traps, 2 Alternator and 1 Return Stroke. You want 2 Alternator because you're going to banish 1 from grave to resolve a search, so you don't have to like be so delicate about protecting 1 Alternator. Yes, it does suck to draw multiple of these or draw 1 in your opening hand when you're trying to break a board. But at the same time, like if you in that situation, if you've got access to the Breakaway, you can get Alternator, and Alternator can shuffle back a trap because it just has to shuffle back another Blitzclique card. Doesn't have to shuffle back a Blitzclique like monster, which is good. You can get them in and out of rotation. If they're face up and your opponent's going to pop 1, you can like Alternator shuffle back what they're going to pop and then get a search off. It's great. It's just an easy way to protect the card. I'm not really going to cover this extra deck here. Like it's just a bunch of cards that aren't pointed. We are playing the Ultimate Slayer in the side deck. I'll go through quickly what my side deck was. I had a Pankratops. If I thought I was going to get made to go first, we're on double Punishment, double Simul Archfiend, and then we are also on double copy of Pinpoint Landing. Just a cute little draw spell card that you can play. If you think your opponent's going to make you go first, you're always going to be able to resolve a search off of this pretty much. So why not play it? Like it makes sense. And then I guess the kind of variance card that I had, the Floodgate is probably the better way to put it. 3 copies of Lightning Rod Lord. This was my substitute for the Thunder King. Never came up. I never wanted to really touch my side deck at all tournament. Even if I thought I was going to be made to go first, I didn't want to side out the Mulchamis because like you can still pop them. You still need something to pop for the combo to work if you don't draw the field spell, and yeah, it's relevant. And then for the last cards, just your last little 5 points here: 2 copies of Chalice, 3 copies of Ultimate Slayer. Like this is popping up in like every single list, so makes sense to be playing the Chalice if you have something that's tough to out. However, there is a kaiju for that. You can just slap a kaiju on top of the monster and then don't have to worry about negating it anymore. But that will wrap us up for the deck profile. Like I mentioned, 4-0 at a tournament. I probably am going to take this to the Genesys event at Oceanics. We'll see how we go. Hopefully we go well. Anyway, I've been Ben from Nolan TCG, and have a good afternoon, everybody.